Hello and welcome to my review of the AGV K something or other. Anyway, I've had it now for a couple of years. Haven't crashed in it, so I can't tell you about that. But I can tell you what it's like to use as a daily, as for touring, everything like that. So it's basically a standard helmet. The only things I've added on, of course, a chin strap mount for the GoPro, which if I put some footage over, you can see what it gives me. It's all right. It's not too bad, not too terrible. You know, I didn't want to stick anything to this helmet. I don't really like sticking things to helmets so much. I haven't stuck the SCADA rider on the side. That is a simple slides in the bottom and it's bolted in. That's an old SCADA unit, but you know what? Very comfortable with headphones in, or the headsets anyway. I wouldn't recommend getting them JBL upgrades though, because they're quite thick. And a lot of people say it depends on the shape of your head. You know, a lot of it is to do with your shape of your head. So it's a lot of personal preference. And I do say go and try go try a load of helmets on before you actually purchase one. But this is, if you're looking to get one of these, or one of these actually fits your head, then yeah, by all means go for it. Because these, for the price and everything, pretty good performance. Yes, it's made in China. A lot of helmets are. I went in with Shoei money. I wanted to buy a Shoei. I couldn't get a Shoei, and I couldn't get one at all. It's a shame because they just didn't fit me. So this is a SM, small medium, whatever it's called, and it fits me just fine. A couple of years, and So let's start with, well, I've gone over a couple of things that I've done to it. But let's talk about the bad stuff. The bad stuff that I do get quite negative in my reviews, but it's purely just criticism. Heavy rain. In heavy rain, we're talking like Scottish downpour. Water can get in through here and come down on the inside. I'm sorry to say, it does happen. Water. There's a slight lip here. It does keep out a lot of it, but in heavy rain, water does get in a little bit into the helmet. Not to a point where you're wet, just, you might feel a little bit drip here, or, see the odd drip here and there. I didn't get wet. So it keeps you dry, but just to note, it's not quite sealed quite there, which is a shame. And I did try adjusting all little bits and nothing seemed to change anything. Visors are pretty easy to change if you want. It just pops out. I mean, I keep it with a clear visor because there's no point in changing these visors. The clear visor works fine, but of course these ones have the built-in sun visor down here. So with the sun visor down, that's pretty good. I often ride with the sun visor down, and in the hot weather, I'll have the helmet open. If you're going like 30, 40 mile an hour, this is all right. But of course, after that, I want to close it probably. It is quiet enough, but that all depends on the shape of your bike, your screen, even the mirrors. Even if you put on one of these, that creates a lot of wind noise. Like having a bulbous thing stick out on the side, that creates a lot of wind noise. So quiet, it's okay. It's not, I'd say it's average. I wouldn't say it's anything special. Where I mean like Shoei and Schuberth, super quiet if they've got nothing stuck to them. This one is like a medium. But I do wear earplugs. If I'm going to be doing a lot of motorway miles, I'll stick the earplugs in as well. Because the bikes I ride tend to be quite loud, 650 single thumpers, or I've got my VFR, which is actually a really nice smooth ride. But of course, because you have the sun visor built in, and this is an issue I found. If you are in the racing position, which sometimes you are, sometimes you're not. If you have a sporty style of bike, you want to lean forward. And you can't lean forward that much, because if you lean further forward, because of the sun visor, this bridge is thicker and you can't see, like you physically cannot see far enough ahead, because you look up and all you can see is the top of your helmet. So you have, this vision, left and right, but not so great on the up and down. And I've got all sorts of helmets, and I do like to have a big field of view, but yeah, not having the up down doesn't matter so much on a bike you sit bolt upright. Does not matter at all. My BMW does not matter. On the VFR, if I want to like proper crouch behind the tank, I can't do it because it doesn't give me the view. But that might be because I'm a short person and I can't reach the bars, maybe, you know, whatever. But that is just something to take into account. That's why I believe that Shoei don't actually put these in because of that. So, like I say, it's not a full-on race helmet, even though it's got the race sticker, so it is certified. But yeah, it just doesn't have, you just lose a little bit with the sun visor. However though, if you have a bought upright bike, this is a fantastic road lid. So if I'm just going to do a little road trip on my bike, on any of my bikes, this helmet comes out because it's quiet enough. It's got the built-in sun visor. It's really nice. Now it's meant to be compatible with, I've also tried it out with sunglasses. It wasn't terrible, but you don't really need to do it unless you have to wear glasses when you ride. So yeah, if you're wearing glasses when you ride, then yeah, these are meant to be more comfortable, but it's one of those things where you're going to have to wear it, you're going to have to try it on in the shops, try it with your glasses, and then the padding has to wear in a bit as well. All the padding is removable, which is nice. There is no emergency tabs to pull, unfortunately, or anything like that. But all the padding is quite removable, washable, stick it back in, you know, the whole shebang. Quite easy to install your extra comms units and stuff like that. But yeah, okay, so some bad bits. I do get bad. These fins, there's lots of openy closey fins. They get sticky. They get stuck. So that one moves all right. This one, I just need to get a bit of WD-40 in there, give it a clean or something. But they get a bit sticky over time. Now, I think it's from bug splats that they get sticky. But yeah, if I open this up, that one opens up. This one, a little bit harder. And when I first had it, you used to be able to just slide it open really easy without even thinking about it. On your head, you just click, and then you've got this little extra vent at the top. That actually provides quite a bit. That top vent's quite nice. And then you've got an exhaust vent. Now, for some reason, this is off center, so some people might get upset with that, but you don't see it. If it's in the center, it's open, and then if it's off center, it's closed. I don't know why they've done it that way. I really don't. But they've done it like that. So that is what they've done. A couple of other, so apart from a couple of these, I mean, all these vents and stuff, they get a bit sticky. Okay, fine, fair enough. There's a couple here as well at the front, which I can't show you because of the things on the way, but it's got some extra vents there. It does come with a chin buff here to seal it all in, so then you're completely sealed in, essentially. I don't like it, but it's preference, isn't it? I don't like having it all in there. I prefer to wear like a neckerchief, but it's pretty good if you want to do like that. I don't have the pin lock in because of that peripheral vision is limited. So the pin lock comes down to about here, and it's right in line of where you're looking if you're on a sports bike. If you're on a sporty bike where you're leant forward, the pin lock comes into your peripheral vision, and it was doing my nut in. It was great. I love, having a pin lock's great. I love it. But yeah, I took it out because of that. And okay, fine. If I'm going along, it does start to fog up. There's not a lot I can do apart from opening it or something. So it's a trade-off. But most of the time, I'm going quick enough or whatever. Or if I'm going slow enough, I just ride the thing open. So I'm not super fussed, to be honest. And if in the winter time, I can use another lid if I really, really want. But yeah, having no anti-fog, yeah, that's kind of bad. It's a shame. But yeah, just to make note, like I say, this one doing the review. If you're driving a sporty bike, that pin lock, it comes round here, and you lose a little bit of your peripheral vision. You lose just a little bit round the edge. And it was, when I was riding the sport, it was just in my eye line, just about my eye line. So I was really, it's like, this is almost blocking me. So I had to take it out, unfortunately. Another bad thing is if you've got the vents open. Now it happened to me. This happened to me. So it might not happen to you, and you thought this is very, very strange. But if you have the vents open and the sun visor is retracted at the moment, the sun visor is retracted, helmet's down, you're going along, these vents are open, a bug can splat into the vent, right? Okay, of course, and there is lots of bug splat. You can see there's loads of bug splats on this helmet. I haven't sugar coated, nothing. This is a used helmet. I will clean it. But I wanted to show you where the bug splats, and it's all over. And I was riding a bike with a screen as well, so yeah, I still get the odd bug splats. Anyway, if the visor is up, bugs can splat in there. So when you pull the visor down, because the visor, when it sits up in here, it can be seen through the vents. So when you pull the visor down, the bug splats can be on the vent. So, a bit bizarre, I know, but it's one of those things where when you clean the helmet, you have to clean the visor, and then you have to make sure you lower the sun visor and clean the sun visor, because many times, this is the first helmet I've ever had with a sun visor, okay? This is the first one I've ever had with a sun visor. But, so I would always like, clean the helmet, cool, ready to go for a ride. Go out on the ride, oh, it's a bit sunny, flick that down, I forgot to clean that. So that would always happen to me. But I'm getting used to it now. I think for the first 6 months I did it like that. I always clean everything and then forget to do the last little thing. Nice bright colours, designs. Really nice, you know. People still don't see you. It doesn't matter what colour your helmet you've got, people still won't see you. The disadvantage of having these lighty colours is that bees, especially time of the year, and wasps, they think you're a flower, and they try to pollinate with you. And I'm sorry, I don't bend that way, bees. So really sorry about that. You'll have to find someone else. But yeah, they do like to try it on. Same with my other lid, which is also fluorescent yellow as well. After 2 years, the colour hasn't really faded or anything. It seems to be okay at the moment. On cheaper helmets, colours over time they do fade. I've noticed in my other helmets and stuff on the cheaper brands, the colour can fade out a bit, and also the designs on the cheaper helmets can be off centre. And this one seems to be. I'm not joking. Yeah, the actual like patterns can be off centre in my experience, but this one seems to be okay. I can't point out any bits that are obvious, or if it is off centre, I can't tell. I can't really tell. But yes, some cheaper brands, my Bell helmet for instance, the design was off centre just a bit. So yeah, overall, it's an alright helmet. There's plenty others like it. So can I recommend this helmet? If it fits you and you want something that's going to meet the criteria, I don't recommend this for sports bikes. I recommend this for bolt upright bikes only. And then you can have the pin lock and everything. But for the price and all the features you get, it's not a bad helmet. Anyway, I just thought I'd share my review. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a like, whatever. And yeah, catch the next video.